Hi all. In this tutorial, uh, we're going to work with Python dictionary. Uh, and what we're going to do is to create something like a database for a supermarket where they can record the items they've got in their shop. They can display the items. They can delete the items. They can update the items. So to do this, let us first of all create a function that could be used to add an item to the database. So to do this, let's create a method, and first of all, let's ask for quantity. So what I'm trying to do here is that this quantity is to first of all ask uh, the user how many items they intend to enter to the database. For instance, they probably want to enter, say, 5 different items, or they want to enter 2 items, or even a single item. It doesn't really matter. So you ask them how many items they want to enter. Then, now we're going to use for loop to count how many items they decided to enter into the database. This is range and not. Then print item details. Now let us ask them for the key of the item. This key is going to be used, or this input is going to be used as the key of the dictionary, because as you probably know, dictionary is about key value. So we use this item ID to get the key, input item key, then item value, input item value. So now we have collected both item key and item value from the user. So what do we do next? What we do is we assign the item value to the item ID or the item key. So first of all, what we need to do is to create a dictionary on the top. So for this, we could try something as items and then dictionary. This is how you create or initialize a dictionary. So now that we have our dictionary, let us add the item key and then the item value to the dictionary. To do this, what we do is to call the dictionary here, which is items. Then the ID, which is the item key. You know what? I think it makes more sense to call this item key instead of item ID. Let's call it item key. So here we take the wait, what we do here, we take the items, we add the item key, item key, and we assign the item value to the item key. So that is how you create this. So what we did here, we first of all ask the user how many items they intend to enter to the database. They probably want to enter, say, 1 item or 2 items or any amount of items. Then we start to count how many items they've entered. So after that, we ask them for the item key, ask them for the value of the item. So this is the dictionary, this is the item key. We are assigning the item value to the item key and then assign it to the dictionary. If we want, we could actually, let's say after collecting the information from the user, we could actually print out the information that the user entered. For instance, we could go for key value in items dot items. Using this, print key So what will happen is after recording the items, we are going to list out what was just entered. Or another thing we need to do is to create, because after creating this very function, we also need to have like a main function where the application will be run. So let us create the main function. So to do that, let's create dev and main. We're going to use this as the main function, and let's use the while loop here. While true, let us create a couple of options here. Print, this is our supermarket. Print, we are going to have a couple of options. Let's say, for instance, option A would be to add an item. We have more. Let's say option B is to display items. And C would be to probably to update our item print D could be used. Oh, we could use this to delete item. Now that we have our options, let's go on and call the functions that we just created. So first of all, let's ask the person to choose an option. So let's go option and input, it will be choose an option. Okay, if not option, so what we are doing here is to make sure that the user actually typed something in the prompt. So if nothing is typed, we are going to break out of the application and nothing would happen. But if the user successfully typed an option and the option is A, what happens? We are going to call the method add item. If nothing is typed, nothing happens. Okay, so now that we have our function, we have our main function, we have the while loop, which we will use to request the user to choose an option. So in this case, if the user chooses option A, it's going to display the method add item. So the user will use it to have to add an item. So let us try that out. Before we do that, let us first of all call the main function. We save it, then we run. So as you can see, it's asking us to choose an option. So let's choose option A. How many items do you want to register? Let's assume we want to register 2 items. Then the item key, let's say item key AP, and then the item value is apple or apples. Another item key, say or oranges. So now we have entered 2 values. These are the 2 values we enter, the apple and oranges. As you can see, this is the key and this is the value. This is the key and this is the value. So this is how you go on to create dictionary with key, with values. First of all, we created the items, which is the dictionary. We created the main function from where we choose our options as to what we want to do. We created some options here. If statement, we used it to choose the methods that we created. And this is the method we use to add the values. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, so that I will keep on providing you with very short Python tutorials. Thank you. Also, I just want to add that as we proceed, I'm going to create more functions based on the options we have here. I'm going to create another option which we can use to display the items. I'm going to create another function which we can use to update the item, and another one yet which we can use to delete items. So see you in the next video. Thank you.